What up, what up, what up, internet? Who you are, where you be, where you at, what you see. This is the Pop Cult Crew coming straight to you. I'm one of your hosts, Mark M.F. Jones, and I'm joined by
This is Niels RY, aka I don't want your life.
And this is Shannon, aka the most unpopular popular man on these podcast streets.
Popular Man, Popular Man. But yo, hey, we got a little special episode for y'all, little mini episode. We were just talking, fellas. What's a good little thing we could do? Talk for the people. And we're like, yo, we all have our opinions, but what about unpopular ones? Those ones that you will die on the hill for, that you and only you feel like matter, and everyone else, thinks you're crazy. We're like, well, let's make a segment where you have to defend those and either get jumped or we come together. So we're gonna do that this episode. We're gonna do that this episode. We're gonna do an unpopular opinion episode, and Shannon has volunteered to go first. So as me and Nails get our virtual brass knuckles and bat with a nail in it, like all right, Shannon. Do you want to take the floor, Shannon? Do you want to just
Yes.
Shannon, before you get started, I just
Mhm.
want to say, let us know when we can start talking.
All right.
And I say that because I'm almost certain I'm going to want to interrupt you as you explain and try to defend. So
Gotcha.
we will be here. Just allow us
holding
just let
your
us
bat?
know. Give us a signal when we can proceed, if that's
All right.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So and I will let you know. And so I am no stranger to controversy. If you are true fans of the podcast, you may remember the song This Christmas, in which I chose to go with the more modern version that should be loved by everyone. But neither here nor there. As I mentioned, being no
It's not
stranger,
starting well.
being no
Not
stranger to
starting well.
controversy. So I want to bring out a critically acclaimed film, someone we have loved since childhood. Many movies of this character have been made, many well done, some not. But there has been a recent one that for many changed the game. It was grounded, it was everything that was needed. And I'm just going to go ahead and start here and then I'm going to go and I'll let you go. But I'm laying the groundwork here, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This is an unpopular opinion. I'm going to say 2022's The Batman. It was all right. It was like okay. It was like you know. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't you know. I'm definitely, one of my favorite Batmans, of course, is 1989's Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's Batman. Obviously, that's iconic. I loved Christian Bale's Batman. I liked Ben Affleck's Batman in Batman versus Superman, sort of his how he was definitely like a strong. We hadn't really seen that side of Batman before. But anyway, I mentioned the Batman from 2022. I watched it. It was different. It was very grounded compared to some things we've seen where, Batman's fighting aliens and things like that. And like I said, again, I mentioned grounded again because I mean, yeah, even his car, it was a souped up.
It
Well,
was
it
just
was
a
a
car. It was just
yeah,
it
yeah, it was just a
was a
car. It
car.
was basically
It
like
was
a car.
nothing. It was
It
in
was
in
pretty.
in that not to cut you off, Shay, but in that movie, it was like Batman was a guy in a suit with a pack of cigarettes and a car, and like
Yeah, yeah.
go be Batman.
It was a like it was basically it was a Ford Mustang with a full tank of gas. Like it was it was so it was very and again it was very grounded. I would say, there were some things I enjoyed because it gave us that look of okay, where in many cases Batman strikes fear in people in other movies and iterations. In this one, it did show a little bit of in real life, if we saw Batman, one of the first things we'd be like, what is this? Why is this dude in this outfit? What is and that's how people treated him. And he was like weird. But like I digress. Again, many people were like, this movie is amazing, and obviously Pattinson's Batman is going to lay the groundwork for this whole new direction and this and that. But to me, I wanted to say this for a long time. It was all right. Like that, and that's it. That's it. Just okay. Nothing amazing. Go ahead. You may engage.
I will say something, then Mark, I will turn it over to you,
All right.
and then I will share what I think. Two quick things I will say. One, I actually don't think this one will take too long, so I will provide a popular, unpopular opinion. That's one. Two, Shannon, you scared me half to death. Because what I thought you were gonna say as you were giving your introduction was that this movie was better than The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
Oh,
was
yeah.
I was scared
It was,
because I was
it was,
I thought that's the direction you were going, and I was nervous. I was
you
really
know,
nervous.
when a dog is just like laying there and the hair gets up and it's just like, "Rrrr," just like, what is it, boy? What are you? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like where this is going.
Mark, would you like to start, or would
Well,
you
I
like
want to
me?
start with a question.
Okay.
So, Shannon, why is this just like okay? Why is this Batman just okay to you?
yeah, it was. I'm trying to think. I know I've mentioned a couple times like it was grounded, and I actually sort of appreciate that. But I just think of everything that happened with Christian Bale's Batman. I mean, those are iconic. Dark Knight trilogy is iconic. Again, I think of why can I not even remember my guy's name? I just said it.
Ben
Our
Affleck, Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. Yeah. I was like, I think of Ben Affleck's that showed us something new, like this sort of brute Batman type of deal. And again, obviously you see there's somebody I didn't even mention. I didn't even mention George Clooney or Val Kilmer's Batman. Like
Stop.
yeah. And then of course Michael Keaton was like one of my favorites. It was like my first sort of introduction to live action Batman. But yeah, but what made it just okay I I feel like I don't know if I can say the stakes to me seemed that high or anything. It was like in the end, what he saved people, there was water and he saved and then they're like what is
The
like
whole city's
Batman,
and it's
it's
like, yeah,
like
there's
Batman's our savior
water.
leading us to the promised land or whatever. Like just, but yeah, it was and I guess like what can I say? I feel like I like a skilled Batman. I know sometimes we haven't always seen that like I'm just becoming well, we've seen some of that I'm just becoming Batman. This was definitely like this is what maybe your first 6 months of Batman or something. Like he wasn't that good at flying. He flew into stuff. He was, so he wasn't really that good at it. It definitely hit on the detective side a little more. But yeah, what made it all right was yeah, maybe some of the action wasn't there. This was still his probationary period of being Batman. I think that's what.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So let me say, I I'm not gonna come for you. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna put down the brass knuckles, right? I don't agree with you though. I don't
Mhm.
agree with you.
Unpopular opinion.
I think, but I see. I think I see where you're coming from. This movie, for me at least, compared to maybe the other Batman movies, it was vibes. It was a lot of vibe. It was like the vibes of Gotham City. Gotham City for me, this is the first time Gotham City was a character,
Mm,
and it 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 was grounded, but it still felt. Here's the thing: it was grounded, but it felt like a grounded comic book rather than just like a grounded universe. It felt like a grounded comic book, and I said it before, the Batman, one thing I liked about it, all the things that make a movie, I dug. The lighting, the production design, the sets. Yeah. Is it my favorite Batman? No, I like it. I like it. It ain't no Dark Knight. It ain't
Ain't
no
no
Dark
Dark Knight.
Knight. And it's
Ain't no
never gonna
Dark
be no
Knight.
Dark Knight. But to say it's meh, to say it's just okay, I don't know, Shannon. I don't think I can meet you there. If you have other Batman movies that you like, above this, perfectly fine. But to say it's man, but I will say this, and maybe this might explain where you're coming from, Shannon. Superhero fatigue is happening,
mm,
and I think if it happens to anyone first, besides the D and C listers, it's going to happen to Batman. There are so many Batman things in
mhm.
existence
True.
that if anyone's going to have fatigue about a character, it should be Batman, but you know what? It hasn't happened yet.
Mm,
So maybe I'm wrong, but because they keep going back to the Batman wheelhouse, and people keep coming back to it. So I don't know, maybe it's that. Maybe you have a little Batman fatigue and you're just like,
Maybe, and I will say if we're just throwing the stuff in there, like I mean, one of the things I feel like people are so much like the Penguin was amazing and this and that. I'm like, he was. I mean, he sure the Penguin was a mob boss type person, whatever. But I mean, I feel like the sure it was a good take on the character, but I feel like one of the most maybe amazing things is because of what you know in real life, like you know how Colin Farrell looks in real life, and you're like, wow, I did not think that was him. That's how he looked. And but like that's the amazing thing, to me. Yeah, because I'm like, sure, I would not, like you look at Penguin, you look at Colin Farrell, like, wow, they do not like,
yeah, yeah.
whatever
But
the
you know
makeup,
that.
that's
I get what
amazing.
you like, but I know Colin
Yeah,
Farrell don't look like that. So to me, but in
yeah.
that universe, that's just a guy. No, I hear you. I think one thing the movie has, a couple things the movie has going for it. One, great Catwoman. Maybe one of the like best interpretations we've seen in a while. And like I said, the vibes, it's vibes. Great Commissioner Gordon. This is a great. It's not Gary Oldman, but this was a good Gordon too. I will give you this, Shannon. I will like you said it laid hard on like being a detective, but there's that scene where like Gordon and Batman like rat with wings. What the hell is this? What's a
Yeah,
rat? And then the pig was like, "Are you kidding me? I'm not even a detective. It's you, the bat. It's a rat." And like, my God, a rat with wings. I'm like, really? Like the world's greatest detective, and he had So I thought that was a little silly, but
he was
I
he
dug
was
it,
still
man.
on probationary period. Like I told you, he had
Uh,
all his trainings.
okay. All right. Let's just settle down. Shannon, you're wrong. I think your opinion is wrong. I do not think this is the greatest Batman movie ever. And if one of your requirements for a dope Batman movie is having a dope Bruce Wayne, which I actually would say that's an okay justification. There's the duality of Bruce Wayne and Batman and seeing how one operates in one world and the other world is fast. It makes the character fascinating. Same with Clark Kent and Superman. If that's why you were not feeling the Batman, I would understand. But you ain't like it because there wasn't some punching. I'm not saying that's what you said, but brother, that's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
There,
like
there could have been more punching. There could have been more
it could have
punching.
been more. That's what you,
Maybe
this
even a couple of kicks. Maybe a couple kicks. Maybe an elbow.
this was not the Dark Knight. This was not the
Mhm,
Dark Knight Returns, right? This was not a Christopher Nolan movie.
mhm.
Like we all acknowledge that. But if your qualifications are how does it compare to other Batman movies, I think you're faulting what this movie was. This was a chance to see the world's greatest detective be a detective. We haven't seen a a true mystery Batman movie. You know what I'm saying? Like there might be hints of it and showing how Batman can be smart, but a true like I have to figure out what's going on in order to save Gotham. Like, we haven't seen that before. And let me tell you, brother, the majority of Batman comic books, the best ones are that. Him
Yeah.
just solving the ridiculousness that are the his cast of villains in
Yeah.
Gotham is just
No.
doing something ridiculous and he got to go figure it out and save the day. Just using his brains and his silly money. Like that is how he saves the day. And this was one of the best I've ever seen, including the comics I've read. This is one of the best ones of him like figuring stuff out and saving the day. And this Riddler is one of the best Riddlers I've ever seen,
Yeah.
comics included. It's one of the best interpretations of the
He's
Riddler.
weird, but it's it's
Yeah,
it's
he's weird.
it's good.
So the think about who the Riddler is. This
Yeah.
man is a supervillain, and
Riddles.
he does it through riddles. If you figure out the riddle, you can save the day. That's
You can
his
go home.
steez.
You can get nuclear bomb attached to City Hall. You figure, oh well, that's it. All right,
Yeah.
Batman.
Oh,
See you
you
later.
figured it out. I'm done. I guess I'll go to jail. That is the Riddler. Yes, he's weird. Yes, he's weird. He's supposed to be weird. He's a
He's,
weird guy.
he's got
You know what I'm
PTSD.
saying?
He's like, next time, Batman. Next time.
Got me. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'll just go over here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who the supervillain is.
I
So
know, fool. I was just gonna say every other villain in Gotham is like Two-Face. Yeah, I got my weird little face thing, dual coin, but like at the end of the day, I want the money. The Joker, haha, Batman. But at the end of the day, he's gonna get them ducats, right? The Riddler is like, oh, you got it, Batman. All right, I'll go to jail. All right.
like the
Riddles,
Riddler would have just as
riddles,
fun
limericks.
playing chess. You know what I'm saying? Like he's here just for the games. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you're wrong. It's a very good movie. I'm not saying it's perfect. I have some issues with it. It's a solid movie. I have watched it again. It still holds up. The Penguin is a great series. I strongly suggest you watch it. Actually, Shannon, I do not suggest you watch it. I don't know what your taste is.
Yeah. I,
Ridiculous.
yeah, because I
But
would say I have not watched The Penguin. I just hadn't got around to it. I haven't watched it, but
it is
I mean
a
I see the stuff
fantastic series.
everybody's like it's winning awards and they're like episode whatever is like they're like one of the best episodes ever made of anything. Like
It is The Sopranos in
And
Gotham
that's why I'm
City.
surprised I haven't watched it because I'm a huge Sopranos fan, and
It
that's
is
all
The
I hear
Sopranos
is
in Gotham City.
yeah. So I was like, oh, that
What else
I
you
need
need
to
to
get
hear? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, thank you, Shannon, but no, no. I'll just quickly, if y'all don't mind giving me like 3 minutes to just shoot the shot off real quick, and then we can have a nice sign off.
mhm.
Mark, you've heard me talk about this many times. I haven't put it on wax, but it needs to be said. I don't think this is an unpopular opinion. Frankly, I think it's a fact. I'm just gonna say it. I just don't think people like to believe it.
All right.
One of the worst, and I mean most evilest movie villains of all time is Jenny from Forrest Gump. Jenny from Forrest Gump is by far, I mean, we talking Darth Vader, right? We talking Kaiser Sose.
Genocide.
Jenny, Forrest Gump is right there with them. Maybe
Galactic
even worse.
genocide. Killing of younglings.
Mhm.
Jenny.
Jenny. And this, think about the movie. Forrest Gump is an American hero. All right. This man was a war hero. This man was a star player for the Alabama football team. All right. You know what I'm saying? That alone, we love Tim Tebow. He was not a good NFL player. Okay. That man, but he was an amazing player for Florida. Forrest Gump was a star kick returner at Alabama. That alone should make him an amazing hero. But that's not where he stopped. He was an amazing war hero. This man this man took a budding shrimp business and it is a successful restaurant franchise in the real world.
And
The real world.
and
Bubba
in the
Shrimp
book,
is legit a actual restaurant franchise in
it,
our
it
world.
it translated to reality. That's how good a shrimp it
That's
Yeah.
was.
how good his business
It
is.
manifested into our reality. That's how good the shrimp was.
Mhm.
No, dog. Even in the book, apparently, I never read the book, but I think in the book, Forrest goes to space.
Yes.
He goes
Forrest
to
Gump goes
outer
to space.
space.
All right.
Believe it. He did.
Now, if you think if Forrest is the main character, then you're like, well, who's his villain? Who you gonna say? Lieutenant Dan? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Forrest Gump saved Lieutenant Dan's life multiple times. He saved his life physically, and then he saved his life mentally. He is a hero to Lieutenant Dan. All right. So who else is the villain? Well, there's only one other logical answer. Who's the person that consistently messed with Forrest every single time he was successful in moving up in life? The same person who was just slowly dragging him down. And how does she end it? Right before she dies, she tells Forrest he has a child that is what, 5 years old? How old was the young child? I don't know.
He had to
Five
be
or
4 or
6.
5 years old. He's
4 or
going to
5.
school at the end of the movie. So at the youngest, he's in kindergarten.
Okay. let's say 5 years old. So you telling me you didn't reach out to Forrest for 5 years for what? For what, Jenny? For what? What? Because you didn't want to ruin this man's budding multi-million dollar shrimp business. That's why you didn't want to mess with him. Didn't want to say anything to him about that. Get out of here. And last but not least, that is not Forrest's kid. I don't care
Oh,
what
no, no, no,
anybody
no.
says. That is not Forrest's child. She saw some signs in him. It's like, oh, this baby might be slow. I think I can convince Forrest that that's his
That's
kid.
Forrest's baby because she didn't come back. Like she was like, "Oh no." She didn't want an attachment to Forrest. That's Forrest's kid, Nels. She saw
That's
him with
not
that
Forrest's
head
kid.
front. She was like, if he knows this is his baby, I'll never get him out of my life. So that's why she stayed away. That's his
Jenny,
baby.
Let's
That's his baby.
you telling me the one time, the only time they hooked up, they had a kid. Meanwhile, Jenny was a freak and a beatnik in the height of beatniks, traveling the country in a van with a whole bunch of hippies,
He
getting it
knocked
in,
He
look,
knocked the
getting
sense
it
let's
into
stop.
her,
in.
dog.
She was going. She was going
She went
wild.
on a
Let's
life
stop.
journey. Forrest knocked the sense into her. She went on a life journey. She went outside and walked around barefoot. It was like, I gotta get my itch together.
Oh, you think she got her itch together after that one time they got it in?
More than she had in the beginning of the movie. This girl was playing butt naked Janis Joplin songs. Like, I don't know what she was going to
After
Black Panther
that,
parties.
she kept getting it in until she got pregnant. She was willing to get it in with Forrest, who she know what Forrest ain't all the way there. You know what I'm saying? She took advantage of Forrest first and foremost. She know Forrest
Hey,
ain't all the way
look,
there, and then she was getting her freak offs, got knocked
look,
up,
look, look.
realized she needed to get herself
I'm,
together, realized she was dying, and was like, "Who can I put this baby on? Well, let me just screw Forrest one more time, and that is it. That's what happened. And she is a villain. He is a saint.
here, here,
She is a
here's
villain.
what I'm gonna
She's like,
say.
it's
Here's what
either
I'm gonna say.
Forrest kid or that random guy from Woodstock in like 75 who I think his name was John or was it Jim? Maybe it was Ted. I don't know. Like so I guess I'll go
Exactly.
with Forrest.
Well,
That's a
we
safe
know
bet.
this. It wasn't no one at the Black Panther party.
Hey,
We know
hey,
that at least.
hey. Well, we just watched him, and you can't be too sure. You can't be too sure. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Then,
I'm not going to defend Jenny. This is not what this is. But I am
okay.
going to say this. As I get older, I'm trying to be a more forgiving person. I'm trying to read my Bible more, right? And I'll say this. Yeah, it's it's not Jenny's fault why she is the way she is. However, you're responsible for what you do out there, right? You are. She was molested by her father. That
Mhm.
has to be like I don't that
Terrible.
already she's
Horrendous.
like
Yeah.
minus 50 on like the success of life scale, right? And she got into drugs and just craziness. All I'm saying is, yeah, Jenny did some wild stuff, right? But if we were in that boat, would we want to be called a villain? Trying to get through the messiness of life, trying to exist in this craziness that we call planet Earth. Would we want to be called villains? And so that's why Nels, I bad person, yeah, maybe bad judge of character, probably a villain though. Darth Vader, Jenny, Frieza, Jenny.
See, here's the thing. Y'all are like, oh, well, she wasn't hurting all of these people out here and doing X, Y, and Z. What Darth Vader did was horrendous to a whole series of folks. What Frieza did to an entire
Galaxy,
race
Nels, a
is
galaxy.
horrendous to a whole series of folks. But the magnitude is what Jenny did to one man who didn't deserve it, who never, all he did was love her unconditionally
Let me,
her entire life.
let me ask
And
you this:
she consistently screwed that man over. And
what?
he's so good that we're like, oh, he didn't really suffer because of Jenny. No, because he is a hero. He is a saint. That's
So,
why he wasn't struggling. But if he was half the man, this man would not. He wouldn't. You know
I agree.
what?
Okay, okay.
Forrest would be
Give.
dead
I'll give you
if
that.
he
I'll give
wasn't
you that.
half the man that he was because of
If he
Jenny.
wasn't the man he was, it'd be a whew, another one bites the dust
Yeah, it would
because
be
of
a
Jenny. But
He would be either dead or an incel because
let's
of
go
Jenny.
back.
If
Let's
Forrest
go
Gump
back.
wasn't Forrest Gump.
Let's just go back. What what did she do to him in the sense of like, okay, she tried to give him some in college. He didn't have it in him. She was gonna let him
I'm
remember
pretty
when
sure wasn't she intoxicated?
no. That remember he came to her concert or whatever, and he fought the guy. They go back to her college bedroom. No, I'm sorry, I'm mixing things up. No, Forrest beat the dude up who was being aggressive with her. She was gonna give him some. She's like, "Oh, come on, Forrest, come in. You can come in my room." And Forrest, did he? And they didn't go through with it. So like, she was gonna give him a chance. He dropped the ball. All right.
So are we blaming Forrest for not taking
I'm,
advantage of
I'm
his
not.
hurt friend?
I'm
Is
not
that what we doing right
blaming. I'm
now?
not blaming him. I'm just saying she wanted an opportunity to be experienced with this person. Is all I'm saying, right? So I guess what I'm getting at is the way you're like laying it out. It sounds like it was like diabolically planned. And what I'm saying is Jenny was messy and life happened. And it shouldn't happen to Forrest,
You
but
think the Joker
it
got
wasn't the
plans?
strategic. No, I'm just
You
saying it
think
wasn't the strategic.
the Joker ain't strategic? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Look,
With
Shannon, go ahead, and then I got one more thing to say, and then we can wrap up.
no, I was just gonna say it sounds like we're arguing like either she had it planned, meticulously planned, or she was lemony snicket, just a series of
According
unfortunate
to
events.
Nels, Jenny is
Like,
like unusual suspects. Like the whole time it was, you know what I'm
I
saying?
think her being herself puts her on the same level as folks who have planned meticulously their entire lives to be evil. And she, for unfortunate reasons, was just horrendous
So,
to one man. And that one man was one of the best of us,
so
right? Forrest Gump was one of the best of us.
who's
So,
worse? Who's worse? I want you to answer this for me. Who's worse, Jenny or Rose from Titanic? Because I went hard on Rose. You came from a rich family. You played this game with this young poor man, and then you went and lived a whole life. You went to
hey,
America and lived a
no,
whole life
Rose
and
is
never
Hall of
changed.
Fame toxic. All right, her ability to be toxic for 101
No,
years is
she
phenomenal.
and
All
and, and
right,
and then fellas, I said on the episode, I'm gonna say it again. When she dies at the end and she goes to the afterlife, does she see her husband of 75 years who she had children and grandchildren with? She landed in New York in what it was Titanic 1912. That lady lived through the Great Depression, World War I, World War II, Korean War, the 50s, the civil rights with this man. Constant American upheaval. And then she goes back to Jack in the afterlife, dog. That's diabolical. That's
she
crazy.
Hey,
that's
hey, I'm not going to defend Rose. She toxic. She is very toxic. But ain't nobody toxic like Jenny. Ain't nobody toxic like Jenny. If Jenny switched sides, Jenny would have casually, accidentally moved the Titanic to the iceberg. That's the type of stuff Jenny's on. And be like,
Bro,
oh, Forrest,
I
I
don't know.
accidentally did that. That's the type of
No,
stuff. That's how
no.
Jenny be moving.
Now,
that,
okay, let's say I'm gonna give you this. Let's say Little Forrest isn't Forrest's baby, right?
It's
Jenny
not.
came back, wanted to at that point, whatever, she wanted to have a life with Forrest, right? She wanted to live the rest of her life with Forrest. She died. Okay, that's where we are. Rose had a whole life. She's like 110 years old. Had a whole life with this man. And in the afterlife, when you get to be young and see who you want to see, she
Mark.
goes back to Jack.
Mark, I'm not I'm not gonna defend Rose. All right. I'm not defending Rose. She is very
He's
toxic.
a villain. That is a villain.
I would,
She's a problem.
yo,
I am that's what I'm not gonna do. I am not finna to defend Rose. She is horrendous. But
yo,
Fellas,
she ain't no Jenny.
we are all
She ain't no
married.
Jenny.
We are all married. Can you
yeah,
imagine being in heaven and being like, my wife's gonna be here any moment?
This is
yeah.
this is this is the last thing. Oh, Shannon, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, to Mark's point, I was like, this hurts because like I know we're talking roles and in the abstract, but yes, Mark, to hit off the point you were about to say, I was just thinking, what if, yes, that happens to us. Like we die, our wives die. She gets to heaven. We're expecting, oh wow, the pearly gate, she's gonna be right here. And next thing you know, you see her walking down the streets paved with gold with her junior prom date from high school. And you're like, what?
We had a whole life together. We have children. We have grandchildren. We
He was like, "This is the love of my life."
we saw
The
the first
guy I spent 3 days with.
space shuttle.
That hurts.
I spent 3 days with Jackie.
And by the way, I had the Hope Diamond in my possession, but I made you slave and have 2 jobs so I can live this extravagant life. But I just had the Hope Diamond. Yeah, Rose is terrible. I can't. Rose is
He took
terrible.
me down to the lower decks and we danced and drank beer. Like
Rose is terrible, yo. She
dog,
is terrible.
I
Okay,
would
I give up.
crash out
Rose is
in
worse than
heaven.
Jenny. Rose is worse than Jenny. Because honestly, them making out is what distracted the people and why they hit the iceberg. Rose is worse than Jenny. Okay, fine, y'all got it. But this is what I'll say. Last thing I'll leave y'all with is if Forrest Gump was your son, how would you talk to him about Jenny?
Oh yeah, I would be like, no, no. But let's be clear. Someone not being right for you doesn't make them a villain. I just want to put that out there. Someone not being right for you doesn't make them a villain. But I'm with you. If my son was, yo, I'm just saying oh hey, what's up, son?
We
Hey,
all have sons here. Think about your child, Shannon.
Bringing
And
Jenny
think about
home
if
for
they
the
had a
day,
Jenny in their life. How would you be moving?
bro. I'd be upset.
Yeah.
I'd be upset. I'd be upset.
And think about if your child was Forrest Gump. You know what I'm saying?
You an American hero, son. You went to China. You don't know what he's.
You know what I'm saying?
You got a what is it? A
No,
purple
you know what
heart? You
it
got
is?
a purple heart right now.
You know what it is? This is what happens. You're eating dinner. You're trying to be cordial. You're eating dinner, and like Jenny's like, so me and Forrest are gonna go down to Florida, and you just, I can't. You just be like, I can't be here. You just get up and you walk.
Just get up and leave.
We're
Well,
like,
Paul,
Dad,
where you going, Paul?
man, where are you going, Dad? He's like, I Forrest, I can't. I just can't.
I rest my case. Well, gentlemen, thanks for listening. We have a new episode every month. You can find us on all social media at Pop Cult Crew, POPCULTCREW. Email us at the popcultpodcast@gmail.com. Become a member of the Pop Cult at our Patreon at patreon.com/ Pop Cult Crew, where you can see our full video episodes. Don't forget to rate us, review, and subscribe. And as always, join the cult. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
Pop Code Crew.